Hey Doc, Sean Duncan here with SMD Consulting Accounting. Today what I want to chat about is how your lawyer works with your CPA. We previously talked about how your financial advisor and your CPA need to collaborate. This is just as important, in some cases even more important, because it's protecting things and making sure you're doing it right and you're not going to get in trouble. But first, let's knock out that disclaimer. Okay, disclaimers aside, now my lawyers are happy that we've done that. What I want you to think about is first, just like we've said before, if you watched the intro, different doctors do different things, right? Different CPAs do different things. Oh my gosh, different lawyers do different things. Your family law attorney is not made the same as the business attorney, which is not made as the same as an ERISA law specialist attorney, which is not the same thing as a litigator. There can be overlap. But just like interviewing the CPA and the financial advisor, I want you to make sure you're talking to the right type of lawyer and they have experience in what your needs are. What we're going to chat about today specifically is the business lawyer as it relates to running your practice, or maybe even dealing with your employment agreements if you don't yet have your own practice. The business lawyer should know medical. There's a ton of rules. You know there's Stark laws and anti-kickback and all the rules that go with it. Yes, they need to understand that. But understanding the basics of entity types, the taxable implications, they're not going to give you tax advice. That's what your CPA is for. And that's where the collaboration comes in. I cannot tell you how many times I have rolled out a strategy. We've got entity choices in mind and why we want to do it for an accounting reason. And I would say, well, check with your lawyer to see if this makes sense with your plan, and then we'll get going. And then the lawyer goes and does something completely different. They go set them up in a C corporation because that gives the best asset protection. Not incorrect, but then it causes double taxation. Do you want double taxation? I don't think you want to be taxed twice. So let's figure that out. So we need the lawyer and the accountant working together. Now, those are two completely different firms, right? While SMD Consulting Accounting, through our affiliate programs, has the attorneys virtually under one roof, they're not employees of SMD because I'm not a lawyer. I can't employ lawyers and I can't give legal advice. But we do have relationships with people that really understand our strategies. That collaboration makes things more efficient, quite frankly, less expensive too, because you're not having to pay for all these additional meetings and collaborations and catch-ups because we're constantly working together. You want that same thing for yourself. If not with us, that's great. Just find a lawyer and an accountant that will communicate to make sure that your entities are right, to make sure that your employment agreements are right, to make sure your buy-sell agreement language is correct, to make sure your exits are right. There's so much stuff that has legal language, and you know this, Stark laws, anti-kickback provisions, all that stuff needs to be discussed. Your CPA and your lawyer need to understand them. So as you're out there, and I know you've got a lot on your plate anyways, make sure that you're finding people that are acting as your advocates and really understand your industry. It is a niche. That's why we're a boutique that does this stuff. Not everybody does it. If you want to ask me about oil and gas accounting, I'm not your guy. It's not what I do. We do this really, really well. So that's what you want to find. People that deal with what you deal with, and you want them to be passionate about it. Sometimes you need more than one, but that's when you start leaning on your professionals. Clients will call us all the time to say, wait, I need a real estate attorney, but I also need a litigator, and I also need an employment law guy, and I need somebody to do my trusts. We know those people, but if you don't, you can network. So hopefully you've got that powerful team in place. If not, there's a reason I'm starting these series off with these two topics is the right professionals in your corner can completely change your future, protect you better, help you make more money, help you retire earlier, and achieve your goals. Hey Doc, thanks for coming.